Thank you so much for joining me today. I have an exercise for you guys. And the exercise is, I would like you to think of any subject such as a person, feeling, event, thought, action. And I would like you to view these subjects as a very small drop of water. Kind of like a droplet of water on a plant. Very, very small. And it usually looks very breakable or dainty. Droplets of water typically are not forever. They typically don't last forever. They are just there such as for dew or for nourishment for plants. So I would like you to think of these experiences or subjects in this way for just a moment, right? And I also would like you to imagine to take a step back and to view these droplets in the way that the ocean views droplets. Okay, so I want you to imagine that you're the ocean or a very large body of water that usually has like a lot of waves or a lot of body to it. How do you think that the ocean views these subjects? Or how do you think that it feels about them? Just for a moment. I would like to remind you that you are the ocean and not the thoughts, feelings, actions, or experiences. I also find it very helpful when you think about subjects such as animals or people that enter the ocean. How do you think that the ocean or this large source of water views these subjects? Now, the type of subjects such as people or animals that get into the ocean, it would depend how well they could swim or if they like water. But typically, the ocean doesn't have a judgment for people or animals. It treats everyone pretty much the same because it knows that we all come from the same thing. So, having this particular mindset very much helps get rid of any judgment or hate. Since people pretty much come from the same thing, the way that you perceive people is always a projection. When I think of being the ocean or looking through the eyes of the ocean, I typically feel a sense of peace and gratitude. I typically feel more of a loving nature if I were to actually experience this. And sometimes, including myself, I feel like we forget that we all come from pretty much the same thing. And we all come from different lives, but at the end of the day, we're all human. And human beings are the most codependent creatures, I think, of all of the species that I could think of. Like, we would die without each other. If you look at, like, babies, if they were actually never touched or coddled, they would not live. So basically, I think that people forget that it quite possibly could be true that human beings are the only species that don't view connection and happiness and peace as something that is a form of wealth. Sometimes we have been under the misunderstanding that status and money will provide those things. So the actual reason why we want money is not just to eat and have a place to sleep. It's actually to get people to like us. If you notice everything that you do, it's for other people or to get them to find acceptance with other people. So the ocean finds joy pretty much anything that it does. So I like to keep this in mind when I have experiences that are not perceived as positive for me, and it really helps me step into a space of unconditional love and acceptance for people. And this also is very helpful because unconditional love is not basically putting your head in the sand and saying these people don't have flaws. But I understand that everything that anyone has ever done is actually to find acceptance or to find some sort of peace or harmony with themselves so they can be accepted by others. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.